I just kicked the recorder on. Welcome everybody. Thank you so very much. Malcolm, Malcolm's sharing the picture of one of his children. Thank you, Malcolm. Yeah, he's not sure about this grandbaby thing. Hey, really, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate it. I'm invited back one more time, with the LTA team, Ed, and everybody that works at the LTA team. And I have to tell you, there's quite a few people, actually. There's a lot that goes on with the coding of the scanner and whatnot. It's just if you've done any kind of software work, and I haven't, so I probably shouldn't talk about it. So, anyway, thanks again for being here. I appreciate it. We're all going to keep this near that hour time. I do want to share a scan with you that I think is nice. In fact, it's so nice, we've put it in the permanent scan area. And I'm gonna let me share the scan with you a little bit. And I'm gonna go to this chart DKNG because I see a few posts on it here. I want to go because this actually is coming up on that scan, and so I want to make sure that we have something up and we can talk about it and look at it. So I get asked, and it's kind of funny because Ed shares with me sometimes when he's asked, and over the years I've been asked, I don't know, tons and tons of time, and but we get asked by people, just give us the scan or give me the scan that is going to make me money. You know what? I wish I could do that. I truly, truly do. I wish I could give you a scan that is guaranteed to make you money. But the truth of it is, that's impossible. Impossible. It just doesn't work that way. As much as we might want it to work that way, it just doesn't work that way. You still have to have a bit of trading experience and an understanding of the trade. Now, while today I am not going to get into the details of this, and let me show you something here. If you have the scanner, if you want to download it, all you have to do is bring up the main application, and down here at the bottom it's called Spike PBO. All you have to do is click on it, just like I just did. I'm going to name it Spike Test because I'm not going to keep this. I'm not going to. Probably should spell it right, huh? There we go. Is that better? There we go. Spike Test. And notice you don't see what's in it. You don't see what's in it. The idea of, sometimes scanning gets too involved. It gets too much, and people think they have to go in and fuss with things and what does that line mean? What does the next line mean? The other line, the other line, the other line. And the truth of it is that can get to a point where it's mind overload. And in my opinion, many times there's too much emphasis put on crap that has nothing to do with trading. And this might be one of those times because your focus needs to be on the chart. That's simply your focus. That's where it needs to be. So I've been using this scan for some time now, and Ed asked if we could put it in the list up here, and I said sure. And so we put it in there, but with none of the information, because the information does not matter. What matters is if you understand and like the chart, and that's all you have to look at. And for that, we can go over here to a naked chart. In fact, I'm going to delete volume, and I guess I'm not quite naked here, am I? Friday we were doing some things. Let me get rid of this, maybe? Yeah, there we go. And let's just look at a naked chart. And see, we don't have anything there now, do we? There. And all you need to know is that it's really coming up on the scan here. And if you like it, then you prepare to trade it. If you don't like it, then don't trade it. If it doesn't meet your rules, for instance, if it does not meet your trending rule, then don't trade it. If it does not meet your low, well, we can go a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, or double bottom, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, or double bottom. If it doesn't meet that rule, then don't trade it, okay? Then don't trade it. Just because it pops up on the scanner does not mean it should be traded. It has to meet your rules here. So this is a scan that I got to tell you is very, very nice, and I would urge everyone to give it a try. Now, I want to back up a little bit because I'm going to say not beat up, but Ed laughs at me all the time because I have so many scans on my screens. And yes, I get to have more scans than you. That is true. I do a lot of testing. I do a lot of testing for live trading alerts. I do a lot of testing for other people. And of course, I'm always looking for the pot of gold myself. So I need room, but Ed does. He does give me a bad time. And there are times when the scanner for me doesn't work so well. And all Ed's got to do is say, how many alerts do you have up? And you know, when you get 100 alerts, the scanner starts to bog down. So I have to delete some things. I'm a pack rat, okay? You look at my garage. I'm a pack rat. So I don't throw any scans away. So I go through, I clean things up, and the scanner works great. Everything's perfect. So what is this story got to do with anything? Here's what it has to do with. I am down to so few scans, and this is one of them, this scan here. And I can't say it's going to be next Tuesday. It may be the next Monday, next Monday. It may be the Monday after, but I'm going to share another scan that I use. And I want to get down to maybe 4 or 5 scans. Now, that does not include bearish, okay? That's just the bullish side. And if I could get down to 4 or 5 scans on the bullish side, well, I'm pretty sure Ed will buy me a beer. You know, he first of all, he doesn't believe it. And that's okay. But I feel so confident about this scan and a couple others that I'm going to share in the very near future that I'm very confident of it. And I am going to delete those windows from my screen. And I'm not going to be such a creator of scans because there's too many out there now that are so great that you don't need anything else. You really, really don't. So anyway, a quick in the nutshell, and then I saw a question about DKNG. We'll go talk about that. Quick in the nutshell, what we're looking for here is a big move up. And yes, it has some volume in there, okay? I'll tell you that. It does have some volume in there. And then we're looking for a simple pullback, just like that. Now, and then we're looking for the price action or the chart pattern, a reason to buy it. Now, this is where we as traders, you're going to have to pull your big boy, big girl pants up, and you're going to have to be a trader. You're going to have to make sense of the chart. Do you see the trade? And if you don't, please don't trade it. And this goes true for any trade. All right? So if you see a trade, which somebody there, and we're going to go talk about that, somebody there is not seeing the trade because they're worried about resistance. Now, we're going to come back and talk about that one. But if you can't see the trade, don't trade it. Something I've talked about a couple weeks ago is don't let anyone bully you into trades. Now, I was in DKNG. I saw it here, and I chose to be a little patient, waiting to show a few more buyers. And yes, I plan to buy it, resistance or no resistance. Why? Because I see a trade. So don't let Rob, Arcade, Malcolm, that's the only people I can see there. Don't let anyone bully you into this trade if it does not meet your criteria. Now, we're going to go look at a bunch more trades that qualify for the spike and pullback, okay? But I do want to talk about this since somebody mentioned up there. So we're simply, kind of a recap here, we're simply looking for a chart that rallies up, has a nice chart pattern overall, And it does have volume involved, and then we pull back. And that's where we want to look to buy. Now, while some traders are going to look to buy in here, which is perfectly fine, some traders will wait for a breakout, and that is perfectly fine. Some traders will just buy it in here because they can't stand it, they missed it, and they're afraid they're going to miss out. And that's perfectly fine. When it really comes down to it, what we're all trying to do is negotiate. Whoops, I wanted that a different color. There we go. We're trying to negotiate a buy in this area here, looking for it to go higher. Now, if you can't see that this trade could go higher, don't trade this trade. If you can't see the possibilities, do not trade this trade, because that is a very important part of trading. Now, if you have troubles with this, you need to come to some of the webinars, you need to ask questions, and we need to work through building confidence. That's what it is. It's just building confidence. Okay? Now, the scanner is doing just what we want it to do. And we're gonna look at some of those other than this one. But somebody asked a question here. JP, is that right? There we go. Yeah, JP. I want to answer JP's question here. And I'm going to go back to this chart right here. Just because this is the chart I like to look at, okay? So JP says there is resistance at 1550. At 5550. Okay, right there. Look at the risk reward. Rick, please explain your process to look for the risk reward. In your opinion, in your point of view, you look at 3 to 1 minute. JP, you actually know nothing about me. Actually, nothing. Zip. You don't know anything about my trading. And you know, I'm gonna repeat 3 to 1 minute one more time, and after this, I am going to have to go brush my teeth and wash my mouth out with Listerine, because those are absolute disgusting words to me. I never look at a 1 minute or a 3 minute. I don't know that my whole career I've ever looked at a 3 minute, and I've looked at a 1 minute only because some people may be asked to do that, but absolutely not. So here, let me explain my risk reward here, okay? So I'm looking at this to go up here. I don't care about that move right here. I don't care about that. This is what I'm looking for, and then possibly higher, but let's not get too carried away. In fact, I'm going to move this to right here. Okay, right there. There we are, right there. That's what I'm looking for, and I am looking for an entry in this area right there. Most definitely. In fact, let me remove this actually, and we're going to put this up here. And I'm actually going to go to a breakout, because depending on how the market acts, I might wait for a breakout here. Now what I'm looking for is a trade of under 6%, under 11%, and then maybe under 15%. And I'm going to be trading an option, to tell you the truth. I can tell you that right now. So really, I'm looking at, what did I say here? Let's see, buy in here. So 5.5%. I'm looking for 10+%. This is a 10%, so I'm looking for 20+%. And here, looking for 13, so that's 25+% up into here. That's actually would be way more than 25%. So, and again, thank you for your comments, but if you don't see the trade, don't take the trade. Now, you're right. There is a bit of resistance right there, and thank goodness stocks break out of resistance, or our stock market would be zero one day. Truly be zero. So thank you for breaking out of resistance. What I'm following is the chart patterns that I follow, which, to tell you the truth, is simply this right here. Up, back, up, back, up, back. That's all. That's what I do, okay? Now, in those, there might be little quirks, candlestick patterns. You know, you might see something like a cup, and pullback might be in that bigger picture, but basically it's lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And please ask more questions down below. I'm headed down there in a minute and answering more questions, and we're going to look at more charts. Okay. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. I could actually talk about this a lot longer, but we'll see. Let's see. You could say this advice is priceless. He said, are you listening? Good. Thanks, Malcolm. Let's see, Rob. Anyone having Rick go in or out? Okay. Thanks, Rob. Let's see. Rob. I have 35 down and 150 up. I don't know what that is, Rob. And JP, one word. I don't understand one words. Oh, minimum. Okay, you're looking at 3 to 1. Well, let's put, depending on where I buy it, would put my stop in place. And if I was to buy it right now, my stop would probably be 51.40-ish right here. So if I bought it right, let's move that out of the way. If I bought it right now, I'm 3.27% risk, give or take, just it might be 3.5, something like that, but we're close. And then I'm looking for 11.5% risk. I'm sorry, reward. And then possibly 16.5%. So we're way above 3 to 1. Way above 3 to 1. All righty? Make sense? And I hope that helps. Let's see, does anyone know if silver level of TC2000 is enough, or do you need gold? I'm a toss trader. Rob, simply try it. If it's not, then you can upgrade. For some people here, the gold is perfectly fine. For other people, they like the platinum, I guess is what it is. Give it a shot, and then upgrade if you want it. Yeah. That was my internet speed. Okay. All right, we're back down here to JP. All right, does that make sense? Cool. I want to go look at some other trades here. Whoops, fix that. Let's take a look at CAN. Look at CAN. CAN meets that criteria. CAN, we have a downtrend here. We've turned back up on the downtrend, which that in itself may or may not be part of the scan. You're going to get some scans that will show this type of trade. You'll get other scan. You'll get in this scan. You'll also show a nice trend. What it's mainly looking for is a rise, and yes, volume is part of it. And then you're looking for that pullback for that entry. What we're going to do is we're going to look for areas up here, and this is where you just have to be a trader. And if you're not a trader, you need to be one. Okay. There's nothing in this world that's free. Nothing. Advice, and most of that is crap. So, and this is, look, I have to tell everybody, there is a point where you've got to pull your big boy, big girl pants up, and you've got to become a trader. You've got to understand what you want. And do you know that is the biggest problem? Is people don't know what they want. I mean, here, this is what they want. I want to buy it and I want it to go up. That is not a trading plan. That is not. But one of the most important parts about a trading plan, of course, is you've got to be able to find the charts. That's what the LTA scanner does. Somebody just reminded me to, for those that have downloaded the scanner, Malcolm, if you have a link to the trial, could you post, please? If you have downloaded the scanner and you're using it, then tomorrow you will be invited, and only if you've downloaded the scanner, you will be, so it's members only of the scanner, users of the scanner. You will be invited tomorrow where I will go into details, and we're going to look at more of the chart. I'm going to explain. I'll even go through the scan, the inside of the scan. Okay, I'll even go through the pieces and parts inside it for those that have the scanner. If you don't have the scanner, it's pointless, absolutely pointless. So 11 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, you will be invited Make sure you get that invite. If you don't, send Ed a note and he'll get you a link because it will be passworded tomorrow. Right here, this room, tomorrow at 11 Eastern. And I will go through the guts of this. Okay, so once you have that trade set up, you've got to become a trader. And look, if you don't like buying, in fact, here, let's do this. I'm going to have to get rid of this. I'm going to put up the T line here. All right, there we go. Let's just start with that. So, which this one's not going to fit the case, but we'll look at another one, I'm sure that will. So if you don't like buying this far from the T line, which I don't think it's that far, percent-wise, it's pretty fair. That's just because that's a very volatile stock right here. And if you don't like it, then this trade might not be for you. If you would rather this move back, nothing will change about this chart as far as the trade goes. But if you would rather have this move back, then wait for it. Put it on a watch list. But you've been given the trade that not 100%, not 90%, but it does have a high probability of working. Of course, you've got to have the market working with you, okay? Nothing goes up unless the market is working with you. So don't ever think that, well, this scan is going to make me tons of money if the market is tanking. No, it's not. It's going to take money from you. And this is where you've got to become a trader over here. But the scanner can give you these trades. Now you become a trader. And this is where you look, do you not like that resistance there? If you don't, no problem. Then don't buy it below there. Wait till it breaks out. But here's a news flash for you, okay? I'm about to ruin your day. I'm about to ruin your entire trading career. If you don't like it because of that resistance, well, you're not going to like this here because of this resistance. And I'm going to say, well, if you don't like this, then don't wait till it breaks out. But if you don't like it here because of that resistance, you're never going to like a chart unless they're breaking out to all-time new highs. I'm just going to Apple because Apple's close, okay? So you could be buying Apple anywhere in here you want, but if you're always worried about that resistance, you're never going to be satisfied. You will never get a good night's sleep. You will never be happy with your trades. So the simple thing is just buy all-time breakouts. And you know what? I have a scan that might work for that, and we'll talk about that in the next few weeks, okay? So if you are looking for scans that are working and you don't mind, or you understand that resistance is just a speed bump, and if there's resistance there, which there is, anytime you have a high, you have resistance, okay? But unless you see a sell signal, and unless the buyers start turning away, all you have is a speed bump. That's it. And that actually is a buying opportunity, providing the bulls can hang in there, because that will create consolidation. Because what will happen is, I'm going to do this in one day, okay? I don't think it's going to go up in one day, but for sake of, I've already got this drawn here. Say we move up. Of course you're going to see consolidation. That doesn't make that necessarily hardcore, my world's going to come to an end resistance. This is going to become just a speed bump. While traders are bailing out because they're scared to death, other traders are buying it because they see the opportunity in this. Yes, this is recorded. Okay? So I look at this chart, and this is a chart coming up on that scan. I look at that chart, I love it. And here's how I would trade it. That's going to be my stop. Anything below that low, I don't want it, because the chances of it coming back down and finding support somewhere is too good. And that's too far away. So if I bought this here, I wouldn't want it down there. That's 28%. Yikes. But I might be willing to give up 12%, which the truth is I'm not. But somebody might be willing to. Now, what I might do for this is go look at a 3-bar chart. There's where I go to an intraday chart. And so what I may do based on the 3-bar chart, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow as well at 11 p.m. We'll talk more about this, setting up the trade as well for scanner users. So I might move my 3-bar chart stop up to this area here, and now I've set my stop at somewhere under 8%. And that might be too much for somebody. Guess what? This trade just might not be for you, and that's all right. Or I see an area right here as well. So now we've raised our stop where we're looking at 4%. If that's not worthy, then don't trade it. I'll tell you what, this scan rocks, but the other takeaway I want you to take away is if this is not your trade, don't trade it. Don't let anybody bully you into it. And if you're having trouble finding trades, this is where the scanner is killer, okay? Absolute killer. So download the doggone thing for free. You have it for 2 weeks, and tomorrow, right here at 11 a.m. Eastern, I will walk through what's inside the scan, and I might even share another scan with you that I think if you just use these 2 scans, that's really all you need to do. But you will need to become a trader. And so everybody, tomorrow, put your pants on, pull them up, and we'll look at some of these and how to trade. That link right there, Malcolm just posted there, 14-day free trial, okay? All right, I'm sorry, I get carried away here. I'm carried away with this one. Let's see here. RK, I just joined a few minutes late. Did you already go over the details and parameters of the PBO, Spike PBO? No, I'm not going to go over the details of it till tomorrow when it's private for just the scanner users. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not a scanner user, then you're not going to take the scan seriously, and that's okay. That is quite all right. If you think the scanner's not for you, nobody wants you to use it. But if you would like to see scans like this, or scans like DVAX that would have alerted right here, and by the way, it would have alerted right here as well. It would have alerted right there as well. So I don't want you to think that this was an alert. Or how about edit? Edit has been killing it. Edit would have alerted back here, would have got you that. It would have alerted here, and yes, it would have alerted here as well. Okay. Look at NUE. Look at NUE. That is alerting now. That's alerting now. And I know a lot of people that's buying NUE. So, okay, let's see here. So Rob or RK, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, we'll go through the details of it. And by the way, just so you know, I'm just going to show you this a quick little, and we'll go through those details right there. We'll go through all those details, okay? Tomorrow, for the true scanner users, we'll do that. Otherwise, just download it, and here's how you download it. Right there. Whoops. Yeah, I need to start with a fresh one. There we go. So you simply want to go to the application window, click on the pre-configured alerts, and it's the very last one. Just click on it. Notice there's nothing there. Again, we'll talk about what's in there tomorrow. And then you can choose your watch list. While we're here, I do want to share something with you. And what I'm going to do is spike test. Let's say, you know what? We'll save this for tomorrow. And I'm going to show you how to use this all US LTA or all LTA symbols or Canadian symbols or anything. I'm going to show you how to use that, but add a little bit of volume to round things out. The volume I'll show you tomorrow is not in this. This already has some volume stuff in it, and we'll go over that tomorrow. But I'll show you what I do to get some of the less expensive stocks that might not be trading 1 million shares, okay? And we'll definitely go over that tomorrow. Okay, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Good morning from Ireland. Whoa, nice. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. You're looking at KKR. Let's take a peek. I am doing well, thank you. Multiple things I see. I'm going to go over here because this is my chart of choice right here. KKR, multiple things seen here on the day chart. Morningstar, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see that. J-hook, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see that. 3/8 trap set up today, yes, sir. Let's see. The Trendicator is the long-term trend. Let's see. Bounce set up a long. Although the red on my Trendicator turned green here, though. I see. I'm looking for an entry at 64.50. All right. We're going to talk about that. Okay. We're going to talk about that. 64.50. We're definitely going to talk about that. I'm going to set that to 64.50. All right. You might not like what we talk about there, but we're going to talk about that. With a type stop of 64. Thank you very much for setting this trade up for us. I appreciate it. 64. Okay, right there. 64, a few cents below the T line. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Let's talk about this chart. Let's see. I need to delete this over here. I need to make a change right here. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the first thing I want to talk about you might not like, okay? And I don't know how to candy coat this, okay? So you're looking for a pullback at 64.50. So seriously, you're gonna basically ruin your Wheaties over what? A nickel and a half or some ridiculous thing? I think that's crazy, but that's all right. It's your trading, okay? Your trading. But here's where I have some serious concern, okay? Serious concern. And I'm going to delete all this. And while I love the chart, I personally don't think it's set up for a buy, okay? And here's why. You've got a nasty turnaround up here that had some absolute follow through. A high, a low, a failed high, a lower low. We could call this an attempt failed high maybe. And then we gap down. This is not a reversal yet. It may be a clue, but not a reversal yet. So while this has done everything we like to see, high, low, higher, lower high, lower low. If you want to call that a failed, you can. Otherwise, it's just more of a downtrend. You see that chart pattern there? We need that chart pattern here. So we need a low, which we have. We need a high, which we have. Now we need consolidation. Consolidation, by the way, can go sideways like this to, heck, it can go all the way down to that double bottom. That's what we need right there. And then let's look for that buying opportunity. So that's just what I would look for. The second thing, I wouldn't be picky over a nickel. If you like this chart, buy this chart, set your stop. You might miss it. But on the other hand, I wouldn't trade this chart because of those reasons right there. Now, with that said, I love the chart. So this is one of those things where the scanner, I think it's super magic. I like the chart, but I do not like the entry. So what I can do is create a watch list for stocks that might meet the criteria of, I love this chart, but it does not meet my entry. So what I can do is put this on that special watch list, and then that watch will alert me when something is happening and I don't have to be staring at it. You could even set that alert up to alert you only on 3/8 traps or a breakout of the 3/8 trap, or a low but holding above the recent low, something like that. You can do a lot of things in here with that. So While I love the chart, I don't think I'd be buying it just yet. Again, I want to see that rest, and that rest can be just sideways, and then I want to see it moving up. Hope that helped, okay? And thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for, wow, you're here from Ireland. How cool. Appreciate it. Let's see. Thank you, Malcolm, for posting that link. Everybody get it downloaded. I'm telling you, hang around after when I'm finished. And Ed, if you have troubles downloading it, Ed will help you get dialed in, getting it working. And tomorrow we'll work on this scan. And then Ed will even show you how to download this scan, even though you might not know what's in it. Okay? Thanks, RK. What does LTA? Live Trading Alerts. LTA stands for Live Trading Alerts. BM bought some SQ Friday. Sweet. 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 By the way, this actually comes up on that spike in PBO alert right here. This came up. I saw it Friday, and it alerting a little today. So nice. Very nice. Congratulations. Looks good for now. You think it could get 280? I think it needs to get through this top first. That's what I think. And then after that, you can pick anything you want. Hell, if it gets through that top, I'm thinking 400. But you're going to need to get through that top. KG, hi. I don't want to become a scan expert. I want to run. There you go, KG. Then this is for you. And by the way, down the road, I've got a couple others that I'm going to share on here that is becoming one of my top 5 where that's all I use. That's all you have to do is download that. You don't need to know what's in there. However, members only of the scanner, I will go through what's in here. But you don't need to know what's in here. What difference does it make? Unless you want to be a tinkerer. Unless you want to be a tinkerer. And you can certainly do that. Let me be truthful with you. That's a waste of life. Okay? A true waste of life. I've learned that the hard way. And that's all you got to do. And now you can look for some of these charts. Look at that. By the way, this alerted all through here. This alerted on these pullbacks as well. Let's look at HUT. HUT alerted here. HUT alerted here. I don't care what spike, but I can try it. Where do I get it? That's simple. You have to open up the main LTA application. Click on this where it says pre-configured alerts. This is for people that don't want to create alerts. There it is. They're all for you. But this one here is right here. Right there. It even comes with the same watch list that I use. But if you don't like that watch list, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to use this watch list. But I do think you need to do a couple things to this, and I will show you that tomorrow. Perfect. Just give me 3 scans. KG, I will do that. I will do that. All right. So let's look at some other trades here. Let's look at PVG. So I'm looking at PVG. And let's get rid of that there. There we go. So I'm looking at PVG, and we've got a bull kicker here. Where am I? Naked. There we go. We've got a bull kicker here, and now I'm looking for this to move up. And here's another thing I want to comment on traders. When you see something like this move right here, first of all, you didn't miss a thing. You didn't miss a thing. You missed that move, yeah, okay. But you didn't miss the trade. You did not. And if you look at a chart and you say, dang it, how did people know to buy this? Which I would love to hear the answer to that one. Or maybe they bought it early. Now that, I can see that. I can see that argument, okay? But what you do now is if you utter the words, I wish I had this, I wish I was in it, that's the chart you want to put on your watch list. This is the type of chart that the scanner is going to look for. Something that has a nice move up, has some meat on its bones, and then it's going to look for a pullback. By the way, it alerted right here. It's also alerting today. But it did alert right here. So, now, so what are you going to do with this chart? Well, we've got a little trend started. You've got a chart where the bulls are trying to step in here. So let's see. And this is where you're going to have to become some kind of a trader. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. You know, you've got to look at a chart and say, hey, I see an inverted hammer. And there's only a handful of these inverted head and shoulders, my bad. There's only a handful of these charts that you really need to know. And really, who cares if you even see that? It won't matter. If you can just see the chart set up, you don't even have to know what it is. And then what we're going to do is, where can price go? The simplest thing in the world, it's going to go to peaks and valleys. That's all. Picking targets is about the most easiest thing you could possibly do. Peaks and valleys, and look for multiple touches. Peaks and valleys and multiple touches. There you go. That's where I see that going. And if you want to draw a line right here, you can certainly draw a line right there. I usually don't worry about the very first move, because if I'm worried about that, that trade's not worth it to me. I'm looking for it to blow through those and move to the next one. And you know what? If I was to be in this, which I'm not, and if it was to come up here and put a sell signal in here, the good Lord gave me the ability to click the close button. Common sense. All right. Chris, Costco. Hey, we had one just open up here. Haven't been to it yet. Costco. I think Costco's bullish. I do. Beautiful trend. Beautiful trend. Bullish. Pop. Rest. You know, everyone is just trying to wonder, do I buy it here or not? And, you know, some people are, some people aren't. Does it look like a buy? Because here's what happens is, to me, it looks good, but that doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to go up. It could absolutely pull back. That's why we have stops. The key with Costco is not so much right now. Well, it is if you want to trade it. Go looking at all the places it could have been traded. That's some of the keys to Costco right there. But yeah, to me, that looks like a buy right now. It does, with a stop. Buy with a stop. We're going to go over there. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I've got any new alerts. SPRT. Coming up today. SPRT. SPRT is coming up today on the Spike PBO list here. Spike PBO. Now, there's certainly people that say, hey, I don't like that. Then don't trade it there. Wait till it breaks out. The Spike PBO doesn't mean you have to buy it right now. The Spike PBO means there's buyers in this, and that leads to the price going higher. So if you don't like that chart, move on to another chart, or wait till you like the chart. Maybe you like the chart on a pullback. No problem. Let it pull back. Just have your limits. Have your limits. For instance, I don't think I would be too excited over this, anything below $3.40. It would ruin the whole chart pattern. Take a look at KSU. Anybody like the idea of KSU? And you didn't miss a doggone thing. But it's alerting right now. If it got below Friday's doji, I would not be happy. And that's why we have the ability to put a stop in there. Anyone seeing KSU going, we're going to put a line right here. And then we're going to put a line right there. And the rest, well, we'll see. Just like that. See, is there anything else here? EA. Ugly chart. All right, so let's talk about that. Look, the scanner, while I love the scanner, I love the alerts, the setups that I have on the scanner. There are things the scanner can't do. It can't tell you when it's a butt ugly chart. That's a butt ugly chart, okay? That is just flat ugly. Now, that doesn't mean ugly like bearish or ugly like bullish. And this chart could absolutely go higher. It's just a preference of mine. That looks like junk to me. And I know EA is not junk. I know that. I know that EA is a good company. I know that. But that chart is not, it's not my world. Now, if it's your world, rock and roll. Make your trade plan. But it's not my world. So the scanner doesn't know what Rick doesn't like or does like overall. What the scanner knows is what Rick likes over here. It doesn't know that it was junk over here. And again, I know that EA is a great company. And I know that it can absolutely be a great chart. And to some people, you're betting your mom's house on it right now. And that's okay if it's your trade. But all this through here, that's not my trade. This big candle down like that, I don't care how much this comes up. It's not my trade. Not my thing. But it is doing just what the scanner has asked it to do. And I am the one that built the scanner to do this. So it's doing just what I want it to do. But I don't like the overall stock. Here, let's look through some more. Mara. Mara was alerting Friday. It also alerted Thursday here. Whoops, that's Friday. It alerted Friday, alerted Thursday, alerted Wednesday. Now, whether or not you got into this, this is your own, if you did, 2 thumbs up. If you didn't, if you looked at it and you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Build confidence, learn how to trade. This is the pull your pants up part of the webinar, okay? You just gotta reach out there sometimes. So, has Mara gone? No. You haven't missed the trade. No, absolutely not. I still think it goes higher. It is at the top end of things right now. I think it needs to rest, maybe pull back to trend a little bit and set up. But right now, I don't see any reason why Mara can't go back up to 2760 up here. ALL. We got an ALL. Nice. We've got some consolidation here, moving up. We're approaching. If you don't like this, then I wouldn't trade it. If you'd rather wait for a breakout, then wait for a breakout. Beautiful J hook, if you ask me. If you did buy it, I don't know where one stop would be on it. I know that I probably wouldn't like it pretty much below today's low. And what are we talking? 2.5%? Okay, I can do that. Overall, the chart pattern looks bullish here. Let's look at the weekly chart. Yeah. Look at that big old J hook building in all right there. Looks nice, Al, if you ask me. Looks very nice. I just don't think it's an entry up here. In luck. That's a buy. And by the way, this is coming up on the spike PBO scan. So here we are up. Here we are pulling back. To me, that's a buy. All this through here, whether it's a big gap or whether it's just a steady move, it means there's buyers in there to me. And then the pullback means the buyers are throwing a rope. Come on in, Rick. Come on in. Hang on. Grab the rope. That's what that means. And now it's up to me to decide if I want to climb in there with everybody. That, to me, that looks like a nice, very nice bullish chart. Thank you. Matt, M-A-T-T. Matt, let's see, you're saying above that. Yep. What do we have here? Matt is above 9 and 17. It is. Yes, it is. However, 3 bars up is not what I'm interested in buying. Not even remotely. I could be very interested in putting this on a watch list. That I could absolutely do. And I would wait for a better entry. But I'm not so interested in an entry when we've been up 3 days already. To me, that's, I don't know. Yeah. too high. Okay, great, Al. Your user LTA, terrific. AMRG in, nice chart. And by the way, here is my, what did I just do? Hang on for a second. I just did something I wish I didn't do, maybe. Doggone it. Oh well. I deleted something I didn't want to delete. Really, Rick? Huh. Okay. AMRN, by the way, was coming up earlier today on the that LTA spike pullback scan. And to me, I still see 15-20% move in this. That looks absolutely fabulous. It's at the high end of the of today, but I think it looks fantastic, LG. Yeah, rad. Let's get rid of all that. Okay, rad. At the 50 for a long. Right now I'm going to have to say yes. Yeah, I might be a little picky maybe about my entry. That's just me, but that doesn't mean you have to be, Monica. So we've got up, big candle. We just broke out of that 50, so I think we need a rest personally. And you've got the 200 up here. So I'm thinking maybe some rest, but, might not happen. So it looks long to me. It looks good. I think you've got to respect some of the trend line here, though. That I think you need to respect. And probably going to meet with a little bit of choppiness through here. Because if we take a look at that, look at the price action here. Resistance is just choppy. That's all chop. All chop is resistance. Resistance causes choppiness. That's all it is. So I'm looking at this thinking, is that the trade that I want to take? Not for me. Not for me. But I like what it's doing. I'm probably more of a, whoops, darn, just a second. It's something in the way of my mouse here, not anymore. I'm more of that kind of thing. Let's actually see what you can do and then rest a little bit. Show us that you're attacking all this area here. Anyway, my 2 cents for whatever it's worth. CTSH. Look at CTSH. That's another one coming up on that scan here. WBA. This is one that I am in, and this is coming up on the scan. Now, I bought this over here, and I lived through this pullback because I had faith in the chart. It's like, you know what? Price wobbles all over the price. Price goes nuts. It just does. But I saw the chart working, and then I bought it on this pullback right in here. I forget exactly which day, but they're all doji, so who cares what day? I bought it here, and then it gapped down. Doggone it. But you know what? I looked at that chart, and I said, I'm keeping that chart because the chart looks like it's going to work. But it doesn't mean price is going to just flow in your direction every minute. That just does not happen. So I kept it. I even added to it, and now I'm up 4.76% right now. So I'm happy. And for me, I'm looking at this to get into that area. So we're looking at another 4% up, being an option. That's going to be closer to a 20% trade for me. I could love that. Could love it. Is AMC. Okay. AMC, yeah, I would have to say from past experiences, this looks like a base. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm going to leave AMC right there unless you have another question. But yeah, it looks like it's forming a base. Yes, sir. SCR. Look at SCR. We might have already looked at this one. I can't remember now. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. I see this coming up more, a little bit. A-Ray. A-Ray. Check A-Ray out. That's coming up. You know, actually, if A-Ray is, if it has options, I'm going to buy that right now. Just a second. I'm checking here. I'll bet it's not going to. Oh, by golly. Hold on. Holy moly. I'm buying some A-Ray. I'm going to buy the January, but let me peek at October's here. Oh, my goodness. Huh. That's not bad either. Mercy me. I'm going to buy one of these. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to buy the October. I'll pay a little bit more for it, but I'm going to, yeah, I'll pay. I'm going to buy October. And I'm going to buy the 1750 strike, October 1750 strike. So let's, I'm going to get that going here. There we go. So I've got that order placed. There we go, just filled. All right, so I just bought, because of that scan, it popped up on that scan right there in live, real time. And I love that chart. Nice bottom. You've got some power moving up here. You've got this big old breakout. You've got consolidation. Those that trade with the buy box, that would be it right there. Beautiful. Possible gap fill here. 21% up to that. Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Malcolm. Appreciate it. Always makes me feel good when I get other people agree on a chart. Nice. Thanks. All right. Cool beans. I've got a couple of minutes for a couple of questions. LG, some news on AMC with a question mark. If you have the news, let us know. I don't follow the news. And I would do some Googling and research on AMC. I don't do much with news, and nor am I going to trade AMC either. But yeah, Nokia is doing well. Very happy with Nokia. That's one that I'm in. Nokia is acting quite good here. Let's see, Jimmy. Can you look at PLTR? I can. Not liking the recent upper wicks and low green volume, then don't be in it. Okay, Jimmy? That's I'm guessing you're in it. And if you don't like the trade, don't be in it. Don't be in it. All right? And I'm serious. That is so important. Don't be in it. Not every trade that I buy is for everybody. Not every trade that everybody buys is for me. Take that AMC. I wouldn't trade that money with anybody's. I wouldn't trade that stock with anybody's money. But there's going to be people trade it. But it's just my personal trading, okay? You have to think of that. Now me, I'm holding PLTR. I added to PLTR a Friday, and I think I added some Thursday as well. And if PLTR starts to show some follow through after this Morningstar, I just might add more to PLTR. And I don't care about those wicks, because that's what the trading god of stops. Thank goodness. You know who created stops, don't you? Everybody, you do know who created stops, right? Everybody know that? I'm going to tell you who. Plumbers. No. You know the person that created stops complained to, yeah, you know, okay, market makers. You know why? Because they can't trade worth crap. So what do? You know what? Let's invent something called a stop. In case I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out before I lose all my money. That's who created stops. And thank you. They deserve a plaque on the wall. I think they're pretty darn smart, if you ask me. So let's take advantage of that cool tool. If you don't like the chart, but yet you're determined to get into it, make sure you have your stop in there. But please, everybody, don't, if if somebody buys this, and I am in this, okay, and it went out on our members only app, and every time I added to it, I posted in the app. But if you're getting the alerts and you don't like the chart, or you can't make sense, or don't like those wicks, or you don't like the fact that all it's really doing is moving sideways, if you don't like that, don't trade it. If you would prefer this over that candle right there, then wait for that. Nothing wrong with trading it over that high, because really all this is consolidation right now, long-term consolidation. Yeah. Anyway, let's see, Chris. I sell premium, and if you do the puts, just watch the wicks since the selling is straight puts. Open interest is good. If you get the direction right, it doesn't matter. True. I don't sell naked. I don't either. I've actually had a shower. I've got pants, socks, shoes on, shirt. My belt's on, teeth brushed, hair combed. Yeah, I don't sell naked either. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Sorry, I have a new grandbaby. I'm pretty excited. Now, I just buy simple directional calls and puts. Yeah, that's just me. In fact, Doug is having a class. I believe it's Thursday, on simple calls and puts. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let me see if anything else has popped up. Let's see what this looks like. ACR, ACRE. Then we're going to call it a day. Yeah, look at ACRE. That may be trying to set up. So here's what we're going to do. For those that have downloaded the scanner, hang on one sec, Tim, and I'll point it out to you. Those that have downloaded the scanner, watch your email. Ed will send you an email to invite you to tomorrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to break that scan down. We're going to look inside it and see what we have. Some people may have some ideas for adjustments. Please feel free. You'll be able to create your own if you know what's in there. And if you want to make adjustments, you certainly can. If you like to tinker, if you're a tinkerer, then okay. And if you are trading, if you're looking for, say stocks, sometimes the CBOE 400 or the S&P Qs, they can be a little expensive. The majority of them can be. So if you have trouble and you want to find stocks that are doing this setup, or any setup for that matter, and you want those less expensive stocks, this is the watch list I would use. The problem with this watch list is it brings you stuff that you're going to get tired of looking at it. And it's just the nature of it, okay? It's just less expensive stocks. And it's just the nature of it. And you're going to get low volume stocks. But I'll show you how to pump that up so you only look at reasonably good stocks. So for this, and I'll cover this tomorrow, is the PBO spike. I've added some volume here, and notice I've got max price of $65. You can change that to $28 if you want. You can change it to $6 if you want, and I'll show you how to do all that. If you're looking for stocks a little less money, and you get tired of everybody talking about these $100 stocks or $80 stocks or $180 stocks, I'll cover that with you tomorrow as well. 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, right here in this room. It will require a password. Please check your email. Everyone, if you'd like to hang around for a little bit, Ed will be here, and he might AM, yeah. Yeah. Guaranteed. I'm pretty much sound asleep at 11 p.m. And Ed will answer some questions for today, okay? Or anyone that has the scanner. So I hope to see everybody tomorrow. I'm excited to share everything in that scan. And I'm really excited to hear what people have to say about it. And believe me, I love it when people put their 2 cents and say, hey, Rick, why don't you try this or that? Believe me, I do. And that's how I get 100 windows up. And that's how, well, it's not going to buy me a beer. All right, you guys take care. Have a great day. Thank you so very much for being here. And I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow and talking about this scan, okay? Thank you very much. Good day, everyone.